The Pistons get a dominant win over the Milwaukee Bucks, 137 to 111. But that wasn't the biggest storyline of this game. The biggest storyline was Cade Cunningham was returning from his collapsed lung. Obviously, with it being his first game back, expectations were what was Cade going to look like. And I thought Cade overall looked pretty good. I thought he shot the ball extremely well. 13 points in this game, played 26 minutes, which is obviously something that you like, especially when it's a blowout like this. You like seeing Cade Cunningham play a lot of minutes. 10 assists, 5 rebounds. It's really, really nice to see Cade not only back, but for this Pistons team to play as well as they did in this one. And in the game, basically the commentators were basically talking about how obviously having Cade Cunningham back was absolutely massive, of how George Blatt was just talking about like not only that, but kind of how the Pistons and the Bucks have kind of switched places, and I truly think you can see that in this game. The Pistons obviously have the 1 seed. They've been absolutely dominant for a majority of the season, and they look that way. And it really involves obviously not only Cade Cunningham, but also involves Duncan Robinson. And I thought this was one of the best Duncan Robinson performances we've seen recently. I thought he shot the ball extremely well. 20 points, 8 for 13 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. If this is the type of shooting Duncan Robinson's going to give you, especially going into the playoffs, that is going to be absolutely massive for this Pistons team. Obviously, Tobias Harris continue to contribute. Tobias has been pretty good throughout this year. Jalen Duran continues to do what he does. That's a big reason why he's going to get a max extension. He's going to get paid a ton of money. And he's a guy that is not only someone that can obviously rebound, but he's a guy that's efficient, 8 for 9 from the field, 21 points. Jalen Duran and Cade Cunningham, watching them do that pick and roll is just so much fun to watch. They're so good at that. Jalen Duran just dominates every single time that he's out there. And not only him, but I thought this was a really, really, really good performance for Ron Howland. If this is the Ron Howland, especially shooting-wise, that the Pistons can expect going forward, I don't necessarily know if that's 100% what they're going to get. 18 points, 6 for 10 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. Absolutely massive. If he can shoot well from 3, guess what? Teams are going to have to start respecting him. Teams are starting to have to go out on him. That would be absolutely massive. Isaiah Stewart continues to contribute. Sir Thompson had 10 points. This was just a really, really good overall performance. Not only from the team, I thought defensively they performed really, really well. Shooting from 3, shot 47%, 57% from the field. I thought rebounding, obviously the Pistons continue to dominate. There were 46 rebounds compared to 32. Defensively, obviously, I thought they performed well. Obviously, they don't have Giannis for the Bucks, but really outside of like that, like I thought just really the way they're able to control the game, control the tempo, really kind of play the style that they have. And obviously with Cade coming back, the real question again was going to be, what was this team going to look like? And if this is the team that goes into playoffs looking like this, shooting like this, even though the Bucks isn't necessarily the greatest team, it's a team that you can obviously be confident going in there, and you're obviously going to have to continue to keep your eye on Cade. Hopefully Cade plays the next couple of games, get a little bit more momentum going into the playoffs. But this was a really, really good response. I do want to give some credit to the Bucks because I thought the Bucks had some players that played decently well. I think you really have to mention Ryan Rollins. He was the leading scorer for the Bucks in this game, 23 points, took a lot of shots, wasn't really efficient from there. The Bucks had all 5 of their stars in double-digit scoring. You also have to obviously mention a guy in Cormac Ryan, right? Former North Carolina. I thought coming off the bench, he shot the ball really, really well, especially from 3. 16.6 for 9 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3. Cormac was a really nice piece off the bench for the Bucks team. Obviously, with the Bucks being down like almost 30 in the fourth quarter, there's not a ton that the Bucks could do, especially towards the end of this game. But at the end of the game, like you're just giving opportunities for guys to play a little bit more. Obviously, like I mentioned, Cade Cunningham played 26 minutes. Ron Holland played 22 minutes. Chris LeVert had a couple of shots that he made that were really nice. I obviously would like to see him making a few more shots, obviously taking maybe a few more shots if he continues to hit them. Dennis Jenkins scored, I believe, 9 points for the Pistons. 1 for 6. Wasn't really extremely efficient. It's going to be interesting to see how much more he plays. He played 20 minutes in this one, especially with Cade Cunningham back. That's going to be something that I'm going to kind of keep an eye on for. But really, a ton of players got to play in this one. Obviously, that's a really good sign. That just shows you that the Pistons were truly dominant in this one. But you love seeing the Pistons continue to play well. You love seeing the Pistons dominate this way, especially because for a matchup in the past against the Bucks, it's been like George Blas said, it's been the other way. It's been flipped, where it really seemed like the Pistons never had a chance. In this one, it truly seemed like the Bucks never had a chance in this one, especially really not only kind of that fourth quarter that the Pistons had just because of they were able to really extend it as much as they did, but like that first half was just a dominant first half, and even the third quarter was a dominant third quarter. 8 points up in the third quarter, 12 points up in the second, 6 points up in the first, tied in the fourth. Like if you do that, you're going to win a lot of games, and that second and third quarter was just continued dominance from the Pistons. So good win for the Pistons. Obviously, love seeing that. Going to have a couple more games before the NBA playoffs start. Going to hopefully continue to get better. Hopefully get Cade Cunningham healthier as well. We'll see what happens going forward. But like I said, nice win for the Pistons. And yeah, if this is something that you like, feel free to like, subscribe, comment as well. There'll be more Pistons content coming out as they continue to play, especially playoffs as well. So make sure to share this with friends, family, any Pistons fans that you know. And thanks for tuning in this episode. And tune into the other content as well. A lot of Detroit content coming out. But also, if you're a big Pistons fan, more Pistons content as well.